Hi guys, welcome to Sociology 323, and here's a little bit more information about me. Alright, so to start off with, I live in Pleasant Grove, Utah with my family. My husband Garrett is a mechanical engineer. He works for a company called Asphalt Zipper. They make large road equipment. We have 3 children. My son Miles is 6. He is in 1st grade. He likes to build things and to tell jokes and read and play on computers. My daughter Molly is 3. She is gonna start Sunbeams next week. Very excited about that. She's just a lot of fun. She loves being with people. She's very friendly and very funny. And then my youngest, Elliot, is going to be 1 at the end of this month. He is a very happy baby. He likes to smile and he likes to be anywhere his older brother and sister are. And my day job is that I am a stay-at-home mom with the 3 of them. Some other interests I have, besides just sociology, are I love crosswords and word puzzles. I do the New York Times crossword puzzle every day. I love to cook and I love to bake. I like to invent my own recipes, try new cooking projects, lots of stuff like that. I also like to sew. That's a dress I just made my daughter recently. I've just been learning little by little, a little more since I picked it up a few years ago, and it's fun. I also love to read. I read a lot of books, both fiction and nonfiction. Some nonfiction that I really loved recently is a book called The Smartest Kids in the World, which compares the United States' education system to education in other countries that do traditionally really well, like Finland and South Korea and Poland. Fascinating book. I definitely recommend it, just sort of from any perspective, but definitely from a sociology one as well. Some fiction I liked recently is called Trigger Warning, which is a set of science fiction and fantasy short stories. Just really interesting, and each of the stories is well crafted enough that if you don't have very much time to read a whole book, you can read just one, and it really does feel complete. Another thing that I like to do at this point in my life, a little more in theory than in practice, is to travel. I don't travel too much with the kids, but I did get to go on a study abroad to London. We visited all over Great Britain and also in France, where the picture is taken. If you get an opportunity to do a study abroad while you're in college, I strongly recommend that you take it. It was a wonderful experience. All right, let me talk a little bit more about how I got interested in sociology and then also in race and ethnicity. So I was a social studies teaching major at BYU as an undergraduate. I took a sociology class. It's one of those social studies. I liked it, but didn't think I would change my major or anything until a few years later. I was taking a teaching diverse learners class, and it was taught by a sociology professor. She mentioned that she was looking for research assistants. I decided to apply for the job, and then I was hooked. I loved doing the sociology research. I did mine specifically on school choice programs in Salt Lake City, and my master's thesis ended up using this information as well. It's specifically on race and ethnicity and economic stratification there because of the school choice programs, which is part of this class. But how I got interested in this particular subject, race and ethnicity, was partly I grew up in Northern California. It's a really diverse area. So many of the people I went to school with were members from a different racial or ethnic group. Many were multiracial, and I got exposed to so many different cultures and situations just from a young age that I always thought it was really interesting. So I did coursework again in race and ethnicity, both as an undergraduate and as a graduate student. Like I mentioned earlier, my master's thesis covers it, but it's fascinating to learn about. The more and more I learn about it, the more and more I see different ways that race and ethnicity can change society around us, the ways that it acts. Sometimes it gets a lot of a bad rap in the media. People will say, oh, well, it's only a problem because we keep talking about it, or race isn't real because we're not racist anymore. But there are so many different ways that race and ethnicity really do exist and really do matter beyond just what shows up in the media. And I hope that you are able to find some of those this semester and take a look at them, and I look forward to getting to know each of you. Thanks.